first thing I do in the morning is this is still set from yesterday, so you can see up here I'm on the 3 minute. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to change this to the 30 minute on a 1 day. So 1 day, 30 minute time frame. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is add my study, which is the Swan Daily Watchlist study right there. And what that does is it brings in a bunch of the EMAs that I use. Okay. The 8, the 21, the 34, the 89, the 200, and the 377. That's what these lines are. Next thing I'm going to do is go through my sandbox tickers over here. I have this watch list, and I'm just going to scroll through and see if I see any compression where the candles are in between some of these EMAs. So you can see SPY dipped below, currently kind of in the middle, but nothing really there that makes me want to put SPY on the list today. Qs look the same. If I move to Tesla, Tesla gets a little more interesting. You can see now we have this EMA, which is the 200 at 911.68, and we have the 21 here at 897.98. So I'm going to write Tesla down on a separate piece of paper as a ticker that I might add to the watch list, just based off the compression here we've had over the time frame. You can see how it just consolidation. Looking for a move up or down out of this consolidation. So we'll move to the next one here, Apple. I'm going to write Apple down as well because Apple has some compression here as well. We're slightly above the 89 here at 158.30, but it also has support down here on the 21 and the 34 around 157.63-ish. This is a previous, if you see these lines here in yellow, in yellow, red, or green, those are previous Swan Daily Watch List levels. And it's interesting, I'm not sure how old this one is, but you can see 156.50 was a line that I had on my chart, and you can see how we hovered around it, went below it, came right up to it, and used it as support yesterday afternoon. So these lines do work past the day if you do use them. So we got Apple written down. Let me check Microsoft. Microsoft is currently above all its EMAs. I'm going to leave it off the list today. I don't see it may get a move. Nvidia, kind of the same story. Google's a little tougher with pre-market. Not seen anything there on Google either. Go to Amazon. Much on Amazon. Let's check Facebook. Facebook's been very nice. You can see this 212.66 has been a little bit of a resistance level today. So I will write Facebook down as well. This one's not so much based off of the EMA, but because of this previous line of resistance. So currently I would keep that at 212.66. I would just turn that as our up trigger, and then my down trigger would be either 209.98 or 208.67, probably 209.98. So we'll write Facebook down, and then we're flip through here to AMD. AMD's interesting because it's up here too. You can see it's getting ready to it's bumping its head against this EMA, which is the 377 on the 30 minute, and it has support down here at 89.86. So 89.22 would be stronger support, because it's also the 34 EMA and also hitting this level, this previous level of 89.23. So I would probably put my lower line at 89.23 and my upper line here on the, what is that, 90.90 level. So we'll write AMD down. I'm just scrolling through first. I'm just looking for the like I said, I only have certain tickers that are in my sandbox, so I just kind of go through those every morning. Shop is looking good as well. So Shop is sandwiched between the 200 and the 21. So you could write this one down if you like, 447.18, 457.93. That'd be your upper line. This would be your lower line. If you wanted to play cautious, you could go up and write 460 as your upper line, because we have previous resistance there on a previous watch list line. Okay. Coin. Yeah, I'll pass on coin. AB&B. Here's another nice one. 154.35 would be my trigger for long. You can see how it wicked up to that this morning at some point, has come back down. So 154.35, you can see how it reacted here. Resistance, 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 resistance. It has a hard time getting up over that 89 right there. You can see the green line is the 89. So that would be my upper band. My upper trigger would be 154.35, and then my lower would be this 34 right here that it's bounced off of several times. So that would be the 153.42, and that's pretty strong. You got the 21 and the 34 meeting up at the same juncture here. So 153.42 would be my lower line, and 154.35 would be my upper line on A, B, and B today. So we'll write A, B, and B too. A, B, and B. Okay, so now let's go back and look. We made this list shorter now. We're down to 5 tickers. So let's look at Tesla again. Tesla I'm going to put on the list. Apple I'm going to take off of the list just because it's above this EMA currently, and my guess is it's going to reject here at 158.69 like it did this morning first thing with pre-market. So I'm going to take it off. I think Facebook I want to leave on because I think it has potential today to get a pretty good move. Excuse me. Then AMD I'm going to leave because it's got a nice line here on the 377. So I'm going to keep AMD and then A, B, and B. Okay, so now we'll go back to Tesla, and now I'm going to just draw in these lines. So first thing I do is I just come up here to my drawing tool, hit the draw line. I'm going to put it at 911.69. So I get it as close as I can. Come over here. You guys are, there's probably a ton of you that are out there watching me do this going, oh my goodness, this is how he does it. This is so manual, but this is the way it works for me. And then my lower line, I'm going to put 198.07. So I'm going to come over here and just draw 198.07. Like I said, get close, right click, edit. 898.07. And this is why I also do this during pre-market hours, because I used to do them, that is the red line, and then if I have a previous, so if next thing you know, I'll put in my other levels of targets, and they would be these other levels of EMAs. So I'm going to put a line at 893.48, get it close. I'm going to put a line at 890 there. And then the other one I'm going to put right here because we see that this was resistance, resistance, resistance. So I'm going to put a line right there. That's also the next targets that I can get. And then going up, I would just zoom out a little bit and draw another line of resistance as we continue to go up there. Okay. So that is, you write this down because I'll have to put this over on my other sheet here in a second. 911.69. 898.07. Okay. Then the next one was Facebook. Actually, before we get to Facebook, I wanted to do one more thing, and that is I usually go back and check dark pool levels of these as well. So I'm going to pull up Black Box. Let's go to Tesla. Under my alert stream, I'm going to click on filter because I want to see dark pools this morning, but I want to see dark pools for the last couple days. So I'm going to go back to Friday to today, keep that as my filter, hit set, and see if we get any dark pool that's come in. It does not look like it. Let me go up just a little bit longer. See if anything comes in. No, okay. We can check this then. Oh, there we go. Gotta click that button. My mistake. There we go. Now we'll go back to Tesla. Okay. And I'm going to tighten up that range a little bit. So it's not quite such, just go back to my normal couple days worth, it's set. Okay, so there's no dark pool that's come in on Tesla for the last couple days. I just want to make sure that that's not something that we want to look at as well, because it can also serve as levels of support and resistance. So that's why I wanted to make sure of that. There should be some though. There it is. Okay. So all at 870, 902, 906, 877. Okay, so that 898 level right there, that's going to be our interesting level that we had as our lower line. Is going to be interesting because there's also a little dark pool there at 896. So that's kind of in conjunction with that line, and everything else is below that. So I'm okay with those numbers. All right, so now we'll move into Facebook. And Facebook, we're going to leave this upper line at 212.66 because that has served as resistance before. So we're going to leave that there. All I'm going to do is come in here and change that color to green as our long trigger. And then on the short side, I'm going to make it this 209.98. So I'm just going to come in here and draw that line. Go to Edit, change it to 209.98, and then change that to the red. Okay. And then my other levels of support or targets will be on the lower side, will be these next EMAs. Just try and get it close, right there. This one was a previous line, so I'm going to change it to yellow. Put another one right there. And then if I want to go higher, I've got another one up here at 216, another one at 218.95 from previous levels, so I'm just going to change those to yellow, and those will be our targets on the upside. Go back to Black Box, see if we got dark pool on Facebook. Okay, we do, and they're 203, 200, 205, 212, so that one's of interest because that's in conjunction with our high line. 205, that 200 level, so I'm comfortable with that as well. The dark pool levels are in conjunction with our highs and our upper and our lower triggers, which is kind of what I expect to see. And then I do the next thing for AMD, and do it one more time, and then we'll call it a wrap. So AMD, I've got my upper line going to be 90.90, based off of that EMA right there. So I'm going to go in and draw a line and change that to 90.90, make that our green line. And on the lower line, we're going to go 89.23, which I already have a line there. And we also have the 34 coming up to it. So that's why I'm picking that as the stronger resistance or support. We may get a little support here at 89.85 based off of this action right here, you can see. But I feel the stronger support is down here. So I'm just going to change that to our red line. And now we've got that. Now I'll go in and change these other watch list levels I have to yellow because those can be other targets on the downside. You can also come in here and I can adjust them. So there's one here at 88.54. This EMA is coming in, the 200. I could also go in and just adjust that one, but I'm not going to based off of this price action I see over here on the chart. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 89.31. Okay. So on that one, we had our high was 90.90. And our low was 89.23. And then lastly, we had A, B, and B. And our upper line is going to be that 154.35 level. Our lower line is going to be this, where these EMAs meet, so we're going to say 153.42. 53.37. I'm going to go in here and change this to 154.35. I think what's a penny difference, right? Maybe it can matter. Save it, and then down here we're going to change this one to 153.42. Change it to the red. I've already got targets on the upside, so now I'm going to come down here and draw some targets on the downside, basically looking at support and resistance. I'm going to put some there because it was support, it lost it, and then it was support, became resistance, and now it was support over here. So I'm going to draw a line there and see how those candles meet up. And then I'm going to put another one right 150 level. I'm just going to draw one at 150 because that's psychological solid number. Okay. Then I take that and put that into that nice little notepad for you guys, and it's a wrap. So hope that works. Again, I will leave this up for a few days, then I'm going to pull it down because I don't want to get too much notoriety on it, to be honest. This is also changing constantly, so what works today may not work next week. But again, give me some feedback, tell me what you think, and I appreciate all of you very much. Thanks, and stay green today.